Now, your Alaska Link weather for Anchorage and South Central.
Well, good evening. As mentioned earlier, we are watching that snow melt has allowed for some river rises. Note that there aren't any local rivers that are seeing any big spikes, but there are some rises that are occurring. So we'll continue to stay wary, especially as there is some better rain chances into our forecast later in the week. But for the time being, when it comes down to the rain activity and even still some mountain snowfall occurring, it is staying a bit more on the scattered side here, especially into our Wednesday and Thursday to start off the month of May. Also noting that there still will be some areas of some of those gusty gap winds. And we will note, though, that even as we work out of some of the scattered activity, for the most part, we are going to see that some gloomier skies are going to start to take over. We were still gripping on to some of those blue skies here for our Tuesday. But note that with the gloomier skies, we'll have a little pullback in the temperatures, but we're still expected to stay near seasonal. And then, as mentioned earlier, note that we are going to keep an eye on some increasing rain chances that will continue to add to this spring-like feel as we roll into our weekend forecast. Here for our Wednesday, we'll be tracking some scattered areas there of those rain showers. Those you note there, we roll into the afternoon, that southeasterly gap wind there is going to be prominent across portions of the Anchorage Bowl. So note that we'll get again, as we were even receiving this evening, some of those wind gusts pushing through portions of the bowl, especially down the Turnagain. There is going to be those very strong winds. So watching some of those gusty conditions, but also watching some of these areas of precipitation. But as we roll into the forecast, you can see not a whole lot of organization, just some spotty activity. What we will watch is by the end of the day, Wednesday into Thursday, some higher reflectivity spread over Kodiak Island, and they start to spread towards portions of the Kenai Peninsula with some increased rain rates. We'll note that by end of day Thursday, accumulations do start to increase. We start even to get some half-inch to inch reports there from Seward up through Whittier, and even spread some of that precipitation to more of the eastern side of that Prince William Sound. But for the most part, still not looking at anything significant inland. Inland, those downsloping winds will stay pretty prominent even through about Friday before we'll start to see the weekend chances really bump up some potential when it comes down to some heavier rainfall. But coastal areas, as we are now working back to those rain showers, note that we're going to stay steady within these rain potentials over the next at least week ahead. So it is going to feel like spring with these rain showers and mild temperatures still hanging around. We have 16 hours and 18 minutes of daylight, not too much of it to see as we work to this gloomy weather pattern, but we are still at least talking about gaining light. For the most part, inland areas looking to hover just around those lower 50s, coastal areas looking around those lower 40s. Wednesday, there will be some areas of winds. It looks like Thursday is going to be the day of some lighter winds, as this will be a day where there will be some breaks in some of those rain showers, as we will be gearing up for some stronger river of moisture that's going to be setting up into the weekend forecast that will even have a chance to spread some of that precipitation for some of our inland areas, as we do also note that we at least are going to be able to grip on to those 50s.